Alright, sorry for the delay on this video, but as promised, here we go. The World's End. Okay, so The World's End is brought to you from Edgar Wright. Edgar Wright's the guy that did Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. You know, the guy that does the really funny movies. Yeah, well, he's back. Okay, and as you'd expect, this movie stars Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, but it also stars a few other friends from the old movies. You know, we have Martin Freeman. The guy's Bilbo Baggins. He's gonna do good in this movie. And this is a very different role for Simon Pegg. He's the more down-to-earth guy that never grew up. He was the alpha male of his childhood friends, and all of his childhood friends have grown up and moved on in the world. He stayed in one spot. He's a narcissistic maniac. And as he gets their group together again, and they're going to go do what they failed to do as kids, and that was to bar hop through 12 bars and 12 pubs and get to the last one, and the last one is called The World's End. And a few more things happen within that which causes some chaos, and it eventually gets to the point to where they have to reach the end. And the thing is none of them really care to reach the end except for Simon Pegg because, like I said, egotistical maniac. Okay, so I don't completely confuse you, I'm just gonna give you like this. It starts out as a simple British quirky comedy that you're really, you think it's funny. It's got some funny one-liners in there. It's just, you're laughing, basically. And you don't realize how hard you're laughing until you get to a certain spot. And then, about halfway through this movie, it just takes a wild turn into something you just completely don't expect. Now, I saw the trailers to this movie. I didn't think it looked as appealing as Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, but walking out of that movie, I was thinking, that movie was as funny as Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz, if not funnier than both of them. I had an awesome time with this. It was really funny. It had me laughing from beginning to end. All of the characters in this are completely likable. Everyone was very well acted, and the movie was well directed. The only mild complaint I have is in the action scenes. Don't yell at me with this one, I know I've said it a lot, but it did have shaky cam in it. Now, I know this isn't an action movie, so I shouldn't say that as just a giant complaint, but I probably would have enjoyed this movie more if it wouldn't have had shaky cam in the action scenes. Now, granted, there aren't a lot of action scenes. There aren't any in the first half. But the second half, even with those action scenes, it still had comedy that had me just in tears laughing all the way through. This movie is probably the funniest movie that has come out this year that I've seen. And that's why I'm gonna say The World's End was worth buying on Blu-ray. Honestly, this was one of those comedies that probably could have pulled an awesome-tacular from me if it weren't for shaky cam and action scenes. That sounds like a really weird complaint, but it is one. And so, my question to you is, what did you like more, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, or The World's End? Comment below, let me know. And if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.